Hello, friends and chosen ones of God. It is a great joy to be together to talk about a very special celestial event that is about to happen. On January 13th, 2025, we will have the opportunity to witness the appearance of Comet C, 2024 G3, known as Atlas. This comet promises to illuminate our skies and, more importantly, invites us to reflect on our spiritual journey. Comets have always been seen as signs of something greater. Since ancient times, people looked to the sky and saw messages from God in them. The Atlas comet is not just a visual spectacle. It carries a deep meaning for us, the chosen ones. It is a reminder that God is always present, even amid the difficulties and uncertainties of life. Just like the ancient sky watchers, we are called to pay attention to these signs and seek what God wishes to reveal to us. When we look to the sky and see the light of the comet, we are invited to reflect on our own lives. How is our spiritual walk? Are we living according to the calling that God has for us? The brightness of the comet reminds us that, even in the darkest moments, the light of God never ceases to shine. It is an opportunity for us to ask ourselves, am I reflecting this light in my life and in the lives of those around me? Furthermore, the passage of the Atlas comet offers us a moment of renewal. Just as the comet undergoes transformations in its trajectory, we are also called to leave behind habits and thoughts that distance us from God. This is a time to embrace a new beginning, allowing the divine light to renew our lives and guide us toward a future full of hope. Before we continue our conversation about the spiritual significance of this event, I would like to ask you to follow our channel. By subscribing, you join a faith community that seeks to grow and support one another. Let's explore together what God has to teach us through this comet and how we can shine more brightly in our lives. Now, let's dive deeper into this fascinating subject. Have you heard about Comet C 2024 G3, known as ATLAS? This comet, discovered in April 2024, is generating great anticipation among astronomy enthusiasts and all of us who seek to understand the signs that God sends us. On January 13th, 2025, it will reach its greatest brightness with an estimated magnitude of -4, which means it will be as bright as Venus, one of the most visible objects in the night sky. The Atlas comet will be more easily observed in the southern hemisphere, where countries like Brazil, Argentina, Chile, and Australia will have a privileged view. In Brazil, especially in the south and southeast regions, the observing conditions are ideal, particularly in places with little light pollution. Imagine looking up at the sky and seeing this celestial spectacle illuminating the night. In Argentina and Chile, the clear and clean sky will provide an incredible experience for observers. Although visibility is better in the southern hemisphere, the comet can also be seen in various parts of the northern hemisphere, such as the United States and Canada, especially in the northern regions where the sky tends to be darker. This means that many of us will have the chance to witness this extraordinary phenomenon. The passage of the Atlas comet is a unique opportunity for all of us to look up at the sky and contemplate the greatness of divine creation. Each passing comet is a reminder that we are part of something much greater. The extraordinary light it will emit invites us to reflect on the beauty and complexity of the universe. It is a moment to marvel at God's work and remember that He is always present in our lives. When we look to the sky and see the light of the comet, we are invited to reflect on our own lives. The brightness of the comet can inspire us to seek a deeper connection with God and remind us that, even in times of darkness, the divine light never abandons us. It is an invitation to spiritual introspection, a moment to ask ourselves, how is my spiritual walk? Am I reflecting God's light in my life? For those who wish to observe the Atlas comet, it is important to prepare adequately. Choosing a location with little light pollution, such as parks or rural areas, can make all the difference in the quality of the observation. Additionally, it is advisable to check the weather conditions to ensure that the sky is clear on the day of observation. Equipment such as binoculars or telescopes can enhance the experience, but many people can also see the comet with the naked eye, especially at its greatest brightness. The anticipation surrounding the Atlas comet is a reminder that science and faith can coexist. While astronomers study the trajectory and characteristics of the comet, we, as God's chosen ones, can see in it a sign of hope and renewal. Science helps us understand the universe, while faith connects us to the Creator who made it all. As we prepare for the appearance of the Atlas comet, may we not only marvel at its beauty, but also reflect on what it represents in our lives. May this experience inspire us to look to the sky and contemplate God's greatness, reminding us that we are called to be light in a world that often lacks hope and love. Comets have always fascinated humanity, not only for their beauty and brightness, but also for their deep symbolism. Throughout history, these celestial phenomena have often been associated with divine messages, changes, and transformations. Many ancient cultures viewed comets as signs of significant events, such as wars, the births of leaders, or important changes in society. For us, as God's chosen ones, the appearance of Comet C, 2024, G3ATLAS, offers a unique opportunity to reflect on the spiritual meaning that these signs can have in our lives. In the Bible, we find several references to signs in the heavens that remind us of God's sovereignty. In Genesis 1:14 we read, "And God said, 'Let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens to separate the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years.'" This passage teaches us that celestial bodies have a divine purpose, serving as signs that help us understand the time and direction we should follow. Thus, the appearance of the Atlas comet can be seen as one of these signs, an invitation to look to the sky and reflect on our own spiritual journey. When we contemplate the light of the Atlas comet, we are called to deep introspection. It is a moment to ask ourselves, how is my spiritual walk? Am I reflecting God's light in my life? This reflection is essential, as it helps us evaluate whether we are living according to the principles that God has taught us. The brightness of the comet can be a reminder that, even amid difficulties and uncertainties, God's light is always present, guiding us and illuminating our path. Comets are also often seen as symbols of transformation. Just as a comet undergoes changes in its trajectory, we are also called to leave behind habits and thoughts that distance us from God. The passage of the Atlas comet may be an invitation to embrace a new beginning, allowing the divine light to renew our lives. It is an opportunity to reflect on what we need to change in ourselves to become more like Christ. Furthermore, the appearance of the comet reminds us of the importance of being attentive to the signs that God sends us. Often, we are so caught up in our daily routines that we forget to look to the sky and notice what is happening around us. The Atlas comet invites us to stop, look up, and consider what God is telling us through this celestial phenomenon. It is a reminder that God communicates with us in various ways, and we must be open to hearing His voice. Thus, as we prepare for the appearance of the Atlas comet, may we not only marvel at its beauty, but also reflect on what it represents in our lives. May this experience inspire us to look to the sky and contemplate God's greatness, reminding us that we are called to be light in a world that often lacks hope and love. May we, as the chosen ones, shine brightly reflecting the divine light in all that we do. The light of Comet C, 2024 G3ATLAS, is a powerful symbol of hope and direction in times of uncertainty. When we look to the sky and see this comet shining, we are reminded that, just as it illuminates the darkness of the night, God desires to light our paths. In Psalms 119:105, we find a beautiful affirmation. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. This passage teaches us that divine guidance is essential for navigating the difficulties of life. In moments of uncertainty, it is common to feel lost or disoriented. The difficulties and challenges we face can leave us confused and unsure about which path to take. However, the light of the comet invites us to look up and seek the direction that comes from God. Just as ancient navigators guided themselves by the stars, we too can be guided by the divine light that is offered to us. This light not only illuminates our path, but also gives us hope that even in the darkest situations, there is a purpose and a plan for our lives. The appearance of the Atlas comet encourages us to seek a deeper connection with God. When we encounter uncertainties, it is essential to turn to Him for guidance and comfort. Prayer becomes a powerful tool in this process. When we pray, we open our hearts and minds to hear God's voice. He speaks to us in various ways, whether through His Word, through other people, or even in moments of silence and reflection. This connection helps us find peace amid the storm and the confidence to move forward. Moreover, the light of the comet reminds us that we are not alone on our journey. In times of difficulty, it is easy to isolate ourselves and think that we are the only ones facing challenges. However, the faith community is a valuable resource that God has given us. When we gather with other believers, we find support, encouragement, and wisdom. In Hebrews 10:24-25, we are reminded of the importance of encouraging one another. And let us consider how to stir up one another to love and good works, not neglecting to meet together, as is the habit of some, but encouraging one another. The light of the comet invites us to unite as the body of Christ, strengthening one another in times of uncertainty. The light of the Atlas comet can also be seen as a call to action. When God illuminates our paths, He invites us to move forward with courage and determination. This means that even when we face challenges, we must continue to advance, trusting that He is with us. In Isaiah 41:10, we find a comforting promise. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. This passage reminds us that, regardless of the difficulties we face, God is by our side, strengthening and guiding us. The light of the comet also encourages us to reflect on the impact we can have on the lives of others. Just as the light of the comet shines in the sky, we are called to be light to those around us. In Matthew 5:14-16, Jesus tells us, "You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. Nor do people light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a stand, and it gives light to all in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven." This passage reminds us that, by reflecting God's light in our lives, we can inspire and encourage others to seek the same light. In times of uncertainty, it is easy to be led by fear and doubt. However, the light of the Atlas comet reminds us that there is always hope. Even when circumstances seem bleak, we can trust that God is working in our lives. He has a plan for each of us, and His light will guide us toward that plan. As we look to the comet, we are reminded that, just as it traverses the sky, our lives also have a purpose and a destiny. The light of the comet also invites us to be grateful. Amid difficulties, it is easy to focus only on the negative things. However, when we remember God's light in our lives, we are led to thank Him for the blessings we receive. Gratitude is a powerful practice that helps us change our perspective and see God's hand in all situations. By cultivating a grateful heart, we find peace and joy, even in times of uncertainty. Finally, the light of the Atlas comet is a reminder that the spiritual journey is ongoing. As we seek God's light, we are called to grow and transform. This means that we must be open to change and willing to leave behind everything that hinders us from moving forward. The divine light guides us on our journey, helping us discern what is good and true. By allowing ourselves to be shaped by this light, we become more like Christ and more capable of reflecting His love and grace to the world. Thus, as we contemplate the light of the Atlas comet, may we remember that God desires to illuminate our paths, even in times of uncertainty. May this light inspire us to seek a deeper connection with Him, to unite as a faith community, and to reflect His light in our lives. May we move forward with courage and hope, trusting that regardless of the difficulties we face, God's light will always guide us. The appearance of Comet C 2024 G3 ATLAS is more than an astronomical spectacle. It is an invitation to spiritual transformation. Just as the comet undergoes changes in its trajectory, we are also called to reflect on our lives and leave behind habits and thoughts that distance us from God. This is a propitious moment to embrace a new beginning, allowing the divine light to renew our lives and lead us on a path of growth and transformation. Transformation also involves the willingness to learn and grow. As we seek the divine light, we are invited to open ourselves to new experiences and teachings. This may mean exploring new spiritual practices, reading books that challenge us, or participating in discussion groups that help us expand our understanding. The spiritual journey is a continuous opportunity for learning and growth, and each new experience can lead us to a deeper level of connection with God and with others. Finally, the passage of the Atlas comet is a reminder that spiritual transformation is a process that never ends. There is always room for growth and change in our lives. As we move forward on our journey, we must be open to new opportunities and willing to adapt to the circumstances we encounter. The light of the comet inspires us to continue seeking transformation, even when we face challenges. Thus, as we contemplate the light of the Atlas comet, may we remember that we are called to transformation. May this experience inspire us to let go of what no longer serves us, to unite as a faith community, and to reflect the divine light in our lives. May we embrace the opportunity to grow and change, allowing God's light to guide us on our journey. Together, as the chosen ones, we can be agents of transformation, bringing hope and light to the world around us. The passage of Comet C 2024 G3ATLAS is an event that invites us to reflect on our lives and express gratitude for the blessings we receive. Amid the hustle and bustle of daily life, we often forget to stop and recognize the small and large gifts that surround us. This comet, with its bright and fleeting light, serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of cultivating a grateful heart. Gratitude is a transformative practice. When we focus on the things we are grateful for, we change our perspective and begin to see the world in a more positive way. The light of the comet inspires us to look at our lives and recognize the blessings that God has granted us, even in difficult times. It could be health, family, friends, or even the lessons learned during challenging moments. Each of these blessings is an opportunity for growth and learning. In addition to expressing gratitude, the passage of the Atlas comet also offers us a moment to seek divine direction. As we contemplate the beauty of the sky and the light of the comet, we are invited to reflect on our spiritual journey and ask ourselves, what does God want to teach me through this celestial sign? This question is fundamental, as it helps us open our hearts and minds to the wisdom that God may offer us. Finally, the passage of the Atlas comet is an opportunity for us to commit to living more consciously and intentionally. By expressing gratitude and seeking divine direction, we can become more attentive to our actions and choices. This helps us align our lives with the values we consider important and live according to the purpose that God has for us. Thus, as we contemplate the light of the Atlas comet, may we remember the importance of thanking for the blessings in our lives and seeking divine direction on our journey. May this experience inspire us to open our hearts to God's wisdom and live in a way that reflects the light He offers us. May we, together as a faith community, express our gratitude and seek divine guidance, allowing the light of the comet to guide us on our spiritual walk. The passage of Comet C 2024 G3 ATLAS offers us a unique opportunity to reflect on our role as light in the world. This celestial event is not just a visual spectacle, it is a spiritual call that invites us to introspection, transformation, and communion. Just as the comet shines brightly in the sky, we are called to shine in our daily lives, reflecting God's light in all that we do. Being light in the world means living in a way that our actions and words inspire hope and love in the people around us. In a world that often seems dark and full of challenges, the light we radiate can make a significant difference in the lives of others. Each of us has the capacity to be a beacon of hope, showing others that, even in difficulties, there is always a reason to believe and move forward. The light we reflect should be visible in our daily interactions. This starts with the way we treat the people around us. A smile, a kind word, or a gesture of kindness can brighten someone's day and remind them that they are not alone. When we act with love and compassion, we are reflecting God's light and showing the world what it means to live according to His teachings. Every small action counts and can have a profound impact on another person's life. Moreover, living as light in the world also involves being an example of integrity and honesty. In a world where dishonesty and lack of ethics often prevail, being a principled person can inspire others to do the same. This means acting according to our values, even when it is difficult or unpopular. When we are consistent in our actions and words, we show others that God's light can shine in the midst of darkness. The appearance of the Atlas comet reminds us that, just as it is temporary, our lives are also fleeting. This invites us to reflect on how we are using our time and talents. Are we investing in things that truly matter? Are we making a difference in the lives of others? This is a moment to reevaluate our priorities and ensure that we are living meaningfully. By doing so, we can become instruments of light in God's hands, helping to bring hope and transformation to those around us. The light of the comet also inspires us to seek communion with others who share our faith. When we gather as a community, we can strengthen one another and encourage the light that shines in each of us. Unity around a common purpose helps us grow spiritually and support each other on our journeys. Together, we can be a powerful force for good, reflecting God's light in our communities and beyond. Additionally, living as light in the world implies being willing to serve. Serving others is a practical expression of God's love. When we help those in need, we are not only making a difference in their lives, but also reflecting the light of Christ. This can take many forms, from volunteering in local organizations to simply being present for a friend who needs support. Every act of service is an opportunity to shine and show God's love in action. The appearance of the Atlas comet on January 13th is not just an astronomical event. It is a call for us to renew our commitment to God and to the mission of being light in the world. This is a moment to strengthen our faith and remember that we are chosen to reflect the divine light in our lives. As we look to the sky and contemplate the beauty of the comet, may we be inspired to live with purpose and gratitude. And you, how do you plan to prepare for this celestial event? This is an invitation for you to reflect on your own spiritual journey as well. What actions can you take to be a brighter light in the lives of those around you? How can you connect more deeply with God and with your community? Share your reflections and experiences in the comments. Let's take this unique moment to encourage one another and live this event with renewed purpose.